Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2023 IFBB Pro League Sasquatch Pro Bikini Figure Masters Bikini and Masters Figure results. This show was huge and absolutely amazing. And I've got another recap of my own journey to the Olympia, my 8 weeks out prep vlog coming your way. So make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss that. And of course, there are more shows happening every weekend, and I'll be back with recaps as soon as I can. Okay, so in terms of Olympia, the bikini and the figure top 3 from last year are automatically qualified. And then it's the winner of each division, category, competition in the open stream. So not the Masters. They have their own way of qualifying for the Masters Olympia. For the Olympia 2023, it's the open competitors. So the qualification period is almost over. The stakes are super high and competition is fierce. So here, let's look at Pro Figure. In first place, Wendy. Second, Nicole. Third, Paula. Fourth, Nikki. And fifth, Amy. And if you look closely, you'll see there's only 1 point separating first and second place. Crazy. Okay, so here's Amy in fifth, stunning in purple. Her tan looks beautiful. The purple is a great color on her. I love the swirls. Though I'm not crazy about the fit of this suit. I feel that the bottoms were not as symmetrical. They didn't quite look as flattering as this black suit was. I also prefer that the black suit triangles came in closer to her middle than this purple one. I think it just makes the V-taper even more crazy when the fabric is all closer to the middle of the body. Now, in terms of her physique, amazing. Her delts look awesome. So big, extremely round, beautiful curves. She's got a great V-taper, really big lats. I also noticed her legs look super full and round. The quad sweep is amazing. Conditioning is not as good, I don't think, as it was at the Texas Pro. I think you had a bit more detail coming through. I think her waist looked a little more narrow. But overall, her silhouette is incredible, and she's got such beautiful proportions, lower to upper. So I think she looked amazing. It was a great show for her. Next and fourth is Nikki, and oh my gosh, her delts are scary good. They are so outlined. Like you can see her delts from a mile away. Absolutely amazing, perfectly round shape. Stunning. She's got a nice lat spread too and an extremely small waist with really nice definition in her abs. And then she's got good definition and detail coming through on her quads as well. I think size-wise, the legs could be bigger so that it's a better balance with those crazy big delts, particularly up in this part of the leg. But overall, her shape is amazing. Her conditioning is beautiful. I love the suit, the red with the red lip. She's absolutely beautiful. Okay, next in third place is Paula. Oh my gosh, her delts are amazing as well. Unreal size, beautiful shape. I love how high they come up above her clavicle. She's got a really nice V shape. I think her stomach is extremely flat and smooth. Beautiful roundness to the quads as well. And I like that she's got fullness at the top of her leg as well as down closer by the kneecaps. Nice conditioning. You have feathering. You've got some good detail coming through in those quads. I do wish that there's a little bit more ab definition and maybe a bit less rib. I know she's very lean and she's pulling up to do the pose, but if we could just see a bit more of the six-pack, I would love it. That's about it. I think she looks really awesome, beautiful size, and great delts. And she poses really well too. So I think there's a nice levelness about her two shoulders. So well done. All right, next and second is Nicole, and she is unreal. Her size is so impressive. Her upper body is massive. She's got really big delts, really big lats, and check out those abs. Man, it looks good. She's got great definition. The development of the abs are just so symmetric, so perfect, really clear and easy to see. I think her suit is beautiful. She always has really unique and intricate suits with gorgeous makeup to coordinate and complement it. She's got really nice rounded quads with good definition down by the kneecap. I wish it was a little bit sharper, the lines coming like up into the hip. They're there, for sure they're there, but just a little bit more of that detail coming through I would have loved. But I think, man, she's got so much size. She's got beautiful posing. Maybe she could have a tiny bit more curve to the quads compared to the lats. And I wonder if it would be as simple as putting the heels together and pointing the toes out, just to get a tiny bit more of that curvy X shape. But still, I think she's absolutely amazing, and what a close race this was. And now in first place is Wendy. Oh, she looks beautiful. I love the green suit. I think her tan looks amazing, really rich, really dark, and I love all the gloss on her delts. Her abs look really good. They're nicely defined without being too much rib showing. She's got a really good V-taper, and I think part of that is how well her suit fits. It's extremely flattering in the design with the white crystals on the inside, but I think just the way she poses, you really get a good look at that V. Your eye definitely travels in a triangle. I think she's got really fantastic legs, nice size on the outside. I do wish there was a little bit less of a space in between. However, it does give you a nice view of how round and beautiful the inside of her legs are. She's just got really great development. I think her conditioning is lovely. You've got nice detail coming through in the legs, in the abs. To me, her shoulders were a bit more rounded at the Jana Rodar. It could just be she wasn't quite in the pose yet, but here they look a bit more flattened and sloped, whereas here I feel like they were a bit rounder. But still, clearly, first place, she did amazing, and I think what really solidifies her win is the back pose. We'll get there in a second. Okay, so here's the side-by-side. These are some impressive women. So I'm definitely drawn to Wendy's legs. I think she has a really beautiful roundness in the quads, and I like how it comes all the way up to her suit. I'm drawn to the delts on Nikki as well as on Paula. I think there's really beautiful shape there. Extremely small waists on those two women as well. I think you can see that Nikki could have a bit more size in the legs. Nicole's delts, her whole upper body is extremely impressive. Her abs definitely stand out just for how well developed they are. Amy, I'm noticing the beautiful definition in her legs, and she's just very statuesque. I think she looks really nice, a very beautiful lat spread. Okay, now from behind, this is where I think Wendy really shines, and it's because of the width of her glutes. I really like how full and wide the development of her muscle is. It really balances out with the size of her legs. So she looks full, she looks round, she looks really tight, and it's just a really nice proportion with her upper body, which is extremely dense, as well as with her legs. She's got a nice tight waist with no wrinkling in her skin, just pure tininess in that waistline. I think Paula could have a little bit more of that width to the top of her glutes. Nikki, I feel like her shoulders were so impressive from the front that I wish they had a bit more of that height in the back. Even Amy, I feel like she could have a bit more of the height in the shoulders in this back pose. Nicole, beautiful back, but her glutes don't quite have that same fullness in the width at this rounded bottom part like Wendy. Amazing. 1 point between them. Okay, so in terms of Olympia, there she is. Wendy is qualified. Okay, so for the Pro Masters figure 40 plus and 45 plus, it's actually the same top 5. So I'm going to do these two together. So in first place, Kim. Second, Carolyn. Third, Christy. Fourth, Adrian. And fifth, Jen. Okay, here's Jen in 5th place and absolutely beautiful legs. I love the roundness of her quads. She also has a really beautiful round lat. I think it's a nice overall shape. Though when I see her compared to the other girls, I do think she needs more fullness and height in the delts, particularly on the sides here. I think that would make even more of a V shape. And as for conditioning, you're seeing some nice ab definition. There's definitely some detail coming through by her kneecaps, but I think she could have more leanness, more tightness, a little bit more of the abs coming through, more detail coming into the legs. But still, overall, I think she's got nice size, beautiful curves, gorgeous suit, and I love the waves in her hair. It's very eye-catching. I want to look at her smile. So, beautiful 5th place. Next in 4th is Adrienne, and oh my gosh, she is so muscular, really big upper body. The spread of her lats is just never ending. So much width. She has amazing abs, really muscular, well-defined, and great legs. The size is amazing. Definition wise, okay, so she's clearly extremely lean, very vascular. You've got abs, you've got great detail in her arms, but I do think that the definition was better at the Max Fit and the Atlanta. You could just see more of the detail coming into the quads. However, I'm loving how round and full and just big her legs look. So I think it's a good look for her. She looks amazing. The suit is vibrant, very beautiful. I do prefer the fit of this one. I like how high the straps came up on her bottoms. I think that's really flattering to the tiny waist, whereas the lower, more hip huggers are not quite as flattering to the V shape. Plus, it seems like this side of it is higher than that side. So enough about that. Her suit is still beautiful. I love the colors. I think her tan looks great. Just overall, she's really muscular and extremely impressive. Okay, next is Christy in 3rd place. Wow, those abs are amazing, extremely symmetrical, very easy to see. She's super lean, nice small midsection, like her waist is just tiny, nice lats as well, beautiful curves, comes into a beautiful shape in the delts. I like particularly the top, though I do feel like she could have a bit more roundness coming onto the very sides of the delts. In fact, this one looks almost a little more round, and this one has a little bit more of a slope. Beautiful curves to the legs, though again, I feel that she had better detail coming through at the emerald. You could just see that teardrop, you had the line coming up, whereas here she has a softer look, but beautiful roundness and fullness in the quads. Okay, the suit, I love this suit at this show. I think the colors are still bright and vibrant and eye-catching, but they're a little bit more subdued than they were here. And I think just her overall look is a little bit more elegant, more refined, and just beautiful. So I think this was a great look for her. Her hair looks beautiful, her makeup, her lipstick, everything. It was a great 3rd place. Next in 2nd is Caroline, and holy smokes, what a waistline. Extremely narrow, flat stomach, great oblique definition, and her lats are so high and beautiful delts. Very impressive. She just looks like she's towering. Absolutely gorgeous muscle. Nice definition in those quads, but I think because her delts are so eye-catching, she could have more size and fullness and roundness to the quads. And again, maybe it would be as simple as pointing the toes out just to get a bit more roundness out of them, but I think she's absolutely amazingly impressive. Great conditioning, beautiful skin. I love that her hair is up. It lets you see those delts really clearly. The suit is beautiful. It's like a monotone color with the tan, but all of those black lines, it's almost webbing, and it's really striking. I think she looks very beautiful, and what a great 2nd place for her. And now in first place is Kim. Wow, she's got great proportions. I think you really notice that the top and the bottom match. Her lats and her delts look perfect together. She's got a really nice small waist, and then her legs are perfect for the size of her upper body. Absolutely beautiful proportions. I think her waist looks really small. You definitely notice that with the cut of her suit. She's beautiful in her midsection. Nice flat lower stomach, good ab definition coming through above her belly button. Nice roundness to the lats and roundness to the delts. And they're round right from the get-go. High and round all the way to her arms. I think her quads as well have a great sweep and lots of definition and detail coming in. So just overall, she nailed the shape. She nailed the proportions. She looks balanced. She looks symmetric. She's holding her hands really well to open up the lats. The shoulders are level. Gorgeous. And then her tan is perfect. I like this green. I think it's very flattering. Everything. She just really nailed it. And again, Kim looks extremely impressive from behind. Okay, so here's everybody. Like I've said, everybody has something particularly special. Carolyn, I think her shoulders are amazing, as well as her tiny waist. Adrienne, that ab definition is spectacular. Christy, her abs also look really good. Jen, I'm loving her quad sweep. And then Kim just has this beautiful overall silhouette. Narrow waist, nice thick full upper body from the lats up, and beautiful roundness to the legs. And then from behind, this is where I think Kim also shines here. She's got so much thickness right from the strap up. The shape is really undeniable. There's some extremely tiny waists, Christy, Carolyn, but Kim just has so much density and thickness in her back. I also find that her glutes come nice and low and have really good definition on the bottom and a good curve to the inside of her legs. Just overall, a beautiful silhouette. Carolyn, I think, could have a little bit more density in her back, like you see on Kim and you see on Adrienne beside her. Christy and Jen, I think, could have had a bit more definition into the glute ham tie-ins, a bit more detail in the back in the hamstrings. Adrienne, I think, looks really good. The glutes maybe not quite as round like Kim, but certainly an extremely impressive back. So, wow, what a top 5. These Masters girls are amazing. And then in the 50 plus, there was one more athlete, Sherry, in 3rd place. So here she is, beautiful physique. She's got a great quad sweep, lots of nice detail coming through, particularly in the top part of her quad. A nice small waist with good definition in her abs, and a nice V-taper. But I do think compared to the other girls, she does need more size and height to the delts, and I think that would give you an even greater V-taper shape. As far as the color of the suit goes, I think the design is beautiful, but it is a lot of red. The red hair, the tan, the suit, it's those orangey red tones, and I think she would look stunning in like a forest or an emerald green myself. But still, it's a beautiful design and it fits her very nicely. Okay, so here's the girls side by side, and I think you can agree with me that Sherry could have a little bit more size and height on those shoulders to really accentuate how small her waist is. And then in terms of definition, sure, she could have a little bit more detail if you're going to compare her to Kim, but overall, I still think she has got a great physique. And I think both Kim and Caroline could have their suits come up higher like Kim's. It really does draw your eye to that V shape. And then from behind, note here that Kim and Caroline are switched. Again, that density and definition in Kim's back is undeniable. Okay, so moving on to Pro Bikini. This was a massive scorecard. Okay, in first place, Tamikia, second, Malu, third, Yurika, fourth, Jackie, and fifth, Maya. And you look at the scores and it was pretty even across the board. Okay, so here's Maya in fifth place, again in the top 5. She's doing so well. She looks beautiful. I love the red suit. Her hair is lovely. I think she's got a really nice legs. Her quad sweep is gorgeous, really great round shape. I do feel though that she's doesn't quite have the full roundness in her glute like we saw when she first started off the season. And you know what? It could be a lot of it the way that she's posing. She's a bit more leaning here, whereas she's more upright in these photos. And I certainly like the upright look. I think it gives you a better view of her hourglass, but I really like how her glute looked here. So maybe there's some kind of in between. I think from a conditioning perspective, this is a little bit softer of a look for her. We're not getting quite as much detail in the quad. I think we've seen a tighter, flatter, tinier midsection. But I think overall she has this really beautiful roundness, this bubbliness, nice hamstrings, great legs, and just she looks gorgeous. So a beautiful 5th place from her, and she's just doing amazing this whole season. Next in 4th place is Jackie. Oh, she looks great. Really long arms, long legs, statuesque. She poses really beautifully. She's got this nice twist to her back leg, almost like she's bringing the heel forward. And man, does that ever show off the inside of her leg. And I like the distance she has between her feet. I think it gives you a really good look at her hamstring. She could certainly have a little bit more curve to the top of the leg, but I think she's got really nice size in her glutes. She's got a beautiful curve to her back and nice detail coming around the delts. Her tan looks great. The red is nice. I think I preferred the blue just with her hair and her tan. To me, this is a little bit more of a contrast with the skin, but the red is lovely also. I love the side bang, that little swoop. I love her makeup, her bold earrings. Like, she just looks really beautiful. I'm also really impressed with how flat and toned her stomach looks without having like any rib or vacuuming required. She just has this natural, beautiful midsection. So overall, really lovely. She could have a little bit more curve, I think, here to the back of the glute, and yeah, a little more quad sweep, but overall, gorgeous. Okay, another beautiful top 5 for Yurika. 3rd place, amazing. She's doing so well this whole season. I love her glute from the side. She's got such a nice line detailing out the side of her glute. Beautiful roundness to her quad here. She's got great calves. She just has really beautiful curves and gorgeous midsection, really nice and small waistline, good lats and nice delts. I really like how level her shoulders are here. Sometimes it almost looks like she's got a little bit of a lean, but I think in this picture she looks really nice. It just gives such a great look at her hourglass. She also has a lovely tan, really nice gloss in all the right spots. I think her glutes in particular look really shining and glowing, and she just looks beautiful. In terms of the suit color, my gosh, sometimes I like the red and sometimes I like the blue. I think the blue has a different vibe. The red is more fiery for sure, whereas the blue is more pretty. It really depends on the tan. Like, I feel like when the tan has this more, and the lighting too, when it's more brown, then the red looks great. But when it's more orangey, then I prefer the blue. So I feel like at this show, I would have preferred the blue, but that's just me. I think she looks good in anything she wears, and I love that her lips are always bold and beautiful. Okay, next in second place is Malu. This is amazing. I think this is my favorite picture of her, of the three that we're seeing here. I'm loving the hamstring and just how round and beautiful it is on this front leg. I think she's got really nice detail coming through on the quad, particularly down by the kneecap, but also this nice line coming all the way up right to her strap of her suit. I think this is the nicest her midsection has looked. Extremely flat stomach. She does have ribs showing, but it's not like overly prominent. It's just this nice, beautiful, chiseled out oblique. Absolutely gorgeous. She's got this good line coming down also here on the back leg, just a little bit more visible than we've seen it at other shows. Really nice curve to her quad, like just to her legs. Everything really beautiful. And then I think her shoulder looks the best yet also. Really nice curve. Her arm, she's pulling it out a little bit, and I think that's doing a great job of showing off the delts. You're seeing the back delt really nicely. Just beautiful, everything. Her hair is gorgeous. Makeup is subtle, but very pretty, and the suit is a beautiful color. So I think she looks amazing. I do think, though, that she could raise this hand higher. It's way down on her hip below the belly button, and I think in terms of raising your eye more towards her upper body so you really notice the width across the top and the narrowness of her waist, I think her hand being higher would help that. But amazing, a beautiful second place. And now in first, Tamikia. Oh man, she is so gorgeous. What a great amount of muscle in her glute and her legs. Really spectacular. She's got gorgeous curves, amazing size. Her waist is so small, and she always has fantastic definition to her abs. But then she's got great delts too. Like, she is muscular and yet extremely teeny tiny in her tummy. Just unreal. Beautiful definition. You've got a little bit of detail coming through on the back leg. Nothing crazy on the front leg, but those abs, that gorgeous outlining of the delts. I think she's just amazing. I like the hair. She's got some nice volume, and the hair also fills kind of her frame. I think it just looks really flattering with the delts, the nice length in the back, beautiful suit color, and her skin looks absolutely flawless. So she just looked amazing. The posing here is really nice. You get a good view of her hourglass shape, that gorgeous S curve of her back. I think she's really showing off that back leg really well, and you see both of her delts. So she's really twisting towards the front while keeping her belly button very much towards the side. Extremely impressive. She looks flawless, and she makes the posing look easy. Okay, so here is a picture I made bringing everybody side by side. Absolutely beautiful. Our first place winner for sure has the size in her glutes. They're very large and beautifully curved. I think Eureka also has a really nice shape. That height really comes from the strap of her suit all the way down, and nice detail here. Tamikia, I think she's got some really good detail coming through on her back leg. Malu, I'm noticing the groove here in the side of her glute. Maya, it's the quads to me that have the really good conditioning. You see that gorgeous line. And Jackie, the shoulders look awesome. Really beautiful curves right from the tip of her shoulder down to her glutes. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so from behind, wow. All right, so I do feel like Tamikia is having a really nice curve to the top of her glutes. Eureka has a little bit more of a width, and it's not quite as rounded and soft on top, like a soft round shape, I mean, as we're seeing in our first place winner. And then Jackie has those nice soft round curves, but not quite as much glute hem tie-in showing as we're seeing from Tamikia. It's close. Like, everybody has a really beautiful round curvy glutes, nice tie-ins, but Tamikia has just both the curve and the sharpness in the tie-ins and really nice size to the legs. Very lovely curves to the inside in particular. Maya, I think she could have a little bit more thickness to her hair. I like the shape of the cut, but I feel like she could try to cover up where her skin wrinkles in that back bend. Nobody else has that because their hair is covering up more of their backs. And I do think Eureka would benefit from having a little bit more of that triangular shape cut through, just so you can see more of her waist. But man, these women are absolutely beautiful, dark-haired beauties, and gorgeous. And maybe Eureka's tan could have been a touch darker, just when you see her in the lineup compared to the rest. I'm also really noticing Tamikia's delts. I think with the tiny waist, she just has this really nice overall shape. Stunning. All right, so in terms of Olympia, there she is, qualified. All right, let's move on to Masters 40 Plus. In first place, Jill, second, Nicole, third, Shannon, fourth, Jacqueline, and fifth, Myra. And when you look at the numbers, it was very close between third and fourth, only 1 point. Oh man, so cool. Okay, so here's Myra in fifth place. Gorgeous. She is so lean. She's got veins in her midsection, veins in her arms. It's super teeny tiny. Very nice small waist. Good size to the glute, particularly this bottom part. But I do wonder if maybe she was a little too lean. You got quite a bit of detail coming through here on the side of her glute, when I feel like a bit more just fullness would have been nice, just from a shape perspective. But she's got really nice high delts, good lats, nice silhouette, very good size in her legs. She's got a nice roundness to the top. I think she could have a little bit more curve to the outside of the delt on this forward arm. You're seeing it a little nicer on the back arm. But I love her beautiful long black hair. The red suit looks nice with the hair color, and I think overall she looks really quite fabulous. Okay, next in fourth place is Jacqueline. Lovely size. I think she's got really good muscles in her legs, really full quads, nice size to the hamstrings as well. Beautiful curve to that glute. She's got a lot of size in this lower part in particular. She could also have a little bit more of that fullness up in the top, but still, I think she's got some good size. Nice definition in this line coming down the side, though I do wish that we could see a little bit more detail in the back leg. She's got some good obliques, nice lats, and I think the delts have a nice amount of outline, but they could be a little bit further out. And maybe even just a bit more twist in the posing if she pulled up the ribs, opened up the chest, and pulled the shoulders back to be a little bit more forward. That might even open up the delts and show off some of the curve. The green suit looks really nice, and I think overall she looks really quite lovely. Okay, next in third place is Shannon. Stunning. She's so beautiful. I love the color of her hair. It's just glowing. The red lips, the red suit, everything looks gorgeous. Her tan is beautiful. It's a great color. Her skin looks flawless. I think her conditioning is really good too. You see a really good sharp oblique, nice line here in the groove of her glute, and just the right amount of outlining of the quad without being too overly detailed. She's just got this nice line coming down. Really beautiful size as well. I think she's got some good muscle in the quads in particular, a nice amount in the hamstring. I do think that she could twist more so that there is more of this back delt showing. I feel like it's a little bit too much towards the back corner when it could be a little bit more towards the side. And I think that would also open up the chest and show off more of the delt. I think she's got really nice curve to the top of the shoulder, but she could have a bit more roundness to the sides. So a little bit more twist, pull up the chest, open up, and have a little bit more curve to the delt, and I think that would be fabulous. Now she's got really nice glutes, but I also think she could have a little tiny bit more filling in the height right from here to here. But still, overall, amazing, so cool seeing her back on the stage, top 5, third place, incredible. Okay, next in second is Nicole. Love this suit. She looks stunning. Her hair is a beautiful color. She's got really nice size to her glute. Beautiful curve, particularly the bottom where the glute and the hamstring come together. She's got some good detail in the obliques and a nice line coming down into the hip here, a little bit of outlining of the quad. I feel like her midsection could be a little bit more tight and flat if we could get a bit more of the ab definition coming through. But man, she's got really good delts, nice full lats, and a gorgeous curve. I think she has a really good silhouette and poses beautifully. Conditioning maybe is not quite as sharp as we saw it here at the Tampa. I think you had a bit more detail in the quads by the kneecap. It's still there, it's a little bit more of a soft look. And I think it looks beautiful. But somehow to me this looked just a little bit sharper. But clearly, second place, she had just the right amount of conditioning at this show that the judges were looking for. I think she looks really great. Beautiful delts. Overall, a fantastic second place. And now in first place is Jill again. She's absolutely nailing it. She's on fire. Her posing is perfect. She's really twisted to the front. You have such a great view of both of her shoulders, of her abs, and her abs are amazing. Just really showing off her upper body in that gorgeous twist. Nice size in the glute. The hamstrings in particular look lovely. And I like how much size she's showing off of the back leg. So she's got a good amount of space between her feet that you're seeing a nice view of that back leg. Conditioning is beautiful. You've got the line coming down. You've got a bit of detail coming through on the back leg. And yeah, those abs are awesome. So she's just kind of nailing it all. She's got great conditioning. She's got a gorgeous shape. She's got good size and her posing is perfect. The red suit is striking and her hair, I love it. I love how blown it is and just curled away from her face and just really opens up her whole face. Beautiful red lips. She's doing so well. Okay, so here's the side-by-side. You're definitely drawn to Jill with her size. Her delts look very full and round and beautifully outlined, right? If you compare the delts across, Jill definitely has a lot of size and really good, that nice little triangular peak at the bottom. Looks fabulous. And then I look at the lats and the obliques, and Jill definitely creates this triangular shape. Right like that. Very nice size. She's just got this beautiful width. Nice whittled tiny waist. I think Shannon beside her has an extremely impressive midsection, very small. And then you look at the glutes and Jill has really nice curve, this nice amount of definition here. But what really makes her stand out is that quad sweep. She's got a lot of size in her legs and she's just posing really well. It's a beautiful top 5, but Jill certainly stands out because of that amazing amount of muscle. And then from behind, everybody looks amazing. I'm noticing the tie-ins on Shannon. I think you definitely see how sharp they are here on the inside. Myra has really nice tie-ins. I wonder though if maybe a little too lean up into the glute itself. You're having this groove here where I think a little bit more roundness and fullness is what you need. Nicole, I noticed her suit is quite different than the rest, and it almost makes me wonder if it's creating more of a roundness than we're seeing in the others, simply because of the cut of the suit. Jacqueline, I think she's got really good definition coming down into her hamstrings. But again, when I look at Jill, I'm seeing a lot of size. I'm seeing some really good definition, nice small waist, and really opening up beautifully into her delts. Shannon, I think, also has a really good V-taper from behind, extremely small waist. Nicole as well, I'm noticing the small waist. And the cut of the hair helps too. Myra, I thought, could have had a little bit less hair, particularly at the bottom, either a trim or just more of that V shape. Okay, Bikini Masters 45 plus. In first place, Michelle. Second, Nicole. Third, Nikia. Fourth, Catherine. And fifth, Gianna. And again, very close between fourth and fifth place. So in fifth is Gianna. She looks beautiful in her red suit, lovely dark hair. Her tan looks really nice. It's a rich, deep color. I think she's got some gorgeous hamstrings, really nice curves in the legs, good conditioning coming up into this back leg, though I wish that groove, the line, was a little bit sharper in this one, the front leg. She's got some nice size on the bottom part of her glute, but I think a little bit more height here would be great. Great curve, beautiful curves to her delts. Overall, I think she looks really lovely. She could try maybe pulling this hand a little higher just to raise your eye and have the elbow out and the shoulder a bit more prominent in that back arm. But overall, beautiful. Okay, in fourth place is Catherine. Stunning. I love her shoulders. I think you really notice the shoulder and lat and just this magnificent curve. Really impressive. Beautiful shape. That S is really easy to see. She's got nice size on the lower part of the glute, but I still think she could have also a little bit more of a fullness up in here. She almost has a bit of a dip. She's got nice size in the quads. It's a good balanced shape and proportion with her upper body. Nice small waist, beautifully chiseled obliques, and I love the suit color. I think it looks really pretty with her very blonde hair, and overall she looks really beautiful. Next and third is Nikia. Amazing midsection. She's got a six-pack abs, great obliques, beautiful curves in her legs. The quads look great. I do think she could pose a little bit with the feet further apart, just so that you see a bit more of that curve to the top of the quad. And I would even experiment with this leg coming more forward facing. It's just a lot of straight lines to me. And I want to be a bit more of the hourglass shape. She's got a magnificent glute. I think she's got a really good curved shape, but the legs are just showing me straightness when I want to see a little bit more of that curviness. Beautiful shoulders. I think she's got some nice curves there, but she could try to pose with a little bit more of a pumped up approach, get the shoulder to be a little bit twisted more outwards, and just a little bit less straight, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But beautiful suit. It's a great color, very unique. You don't see that minty green very often, and I think it looks just amazing on her. So I think she looks beautiful. Next, in second place is Nicole, and she's really nailing that curvy hourglass shape with the way she's posing, the twist to the shoulders and the torso, the way she's got her feet positioned. I think you your eye flows over her physique really beautifully. She's got a really nice glute on the bottom. She's got some good size overall. I think her midsection looks really nice and small, though I do think whether it's where we are in terms of the photographer or whether it's the way she's posing, her midsection looked much more trim when she's got her belly button more towards the side. So even though I love how open she is and how much of the shoulders we're seeing, I think her waistline was better when she was more sideways. So if she could somehow combine the angles and keep the shoulders open while having the belly button more to the side, I think she would be unstoppable. Her hair is beautiful. I like the volume. I love the red lip to coordinate with the red suit. Her tan looks lovely. Really nice lines in her legs. Just overall, I think she's stunningly beautiful, and this was amazing second place for her. And now in first place is Michelle. Man, okay, it's her upper body that really grabs my attention. I think she's got amazing delts, really nice lats. You just can't help but notice her upper body. She also has a really small midsection and then a nice amount of size in the legs. I think she could have larger glutes, honestly, to really be a perfect match to the upper body, but clearly, in first place, her proportions were good, but to me, it's that upper body that really makes her stand out in the lineup. She's got nice posing. She can get away with keeping her feet pretty close together. You still have a nice view of that curve of her quad, the fullness in the hamstring, and I like how high she holds her hand on her stomach. I think it gives you a really nice look at that delt. So overall, really beautiful and a great suit. It's a lovely color with the pinks and the purples. Okay, looking at everyone side by side, this is where I really notice Michelle's upper body. I think her shoulders are beautifully round, really nice outlining of the delts. She's got a fullness to her lats as well. I don't think you quite see that lat fullness in Gianna. Catherine certainly has that nice shape, but her delts are not quite as round. Nicole has a beautiful shape as well, really nice upper body. But I think just something about Michelle and just the amount of mass she has, she's got this really impressive triangular shape. Nikia, I think, has beautiful delts, and she's doing a great job of showing the back shoulder as well. Now, from behind, here again is where Michelle is standing out because of that beautiful size in her glutes. I think her glutes look better from behind than they do in the front pose. Obviously, they're glutes, but I think they look bigger and fuller than they do from the front. So you're really seeing that width and also a lot of length. And her tie-ins come really nice and low down into her leg. There's a nice thickness and width to the tie-ins themselves. I look over here at Catherine, for example, and they're quite very pointy and triangular shaped, very nicely defined, but Michelle's just come very low and wide. I think that's a really good look against the size of her legs, and then combined with that nice fullness she gets around the top, the small waist, and then just that great development in her shoulders. Just beautiful. She looks really fabulous. I think she's got great lines, great proportions, perfect conditioning. Nikia maybe could stand a little bit smaller in her stance. And what else can I say? Catherine, I thought, could have a little bit more width to the outside of the glutes, and Gianna maybe a little bit more of that round shape coming through along the bottom. You can tell she's very lean, but we kind of lose some of that outlining of the glute like you see on Michelle. Okay, Masters Bikini 50 plus. In first place, Jerry. Second, Wendy. Third, Miley. Fourth, Marissa. And fifth, Sheila. And once again, looking at the scores, very close. 11 points, 12 points, 14 points. It was tight in the third, fourth position. All right, so here's Sheila in fifth. Stunning suit. I love her earrings. Her makeup looks really nice. It's a more subtle makeup, but it's very pretty. She's got a beautiful tan, great shoulders. I think she's got really nice roundness. The shoulders look very pumped and full. She's got a nice curve to the back. I think she needs more roundness to the glutes, but very impressive legs, great hamstrings, particularly curvy on the bottom, the hamstring, but also nice quads as well. So great muscle and size in the legs. The obliques look really nicely chiseled, though I think her midsection could be a little bit more ringed out, perhaps with a bit more twisting in the upper body. But man, overall, she looks really beautiful. Next in fourth place is Marissa. Okay, so she looks a little bit more twisted, a little more hard. Her midsection is super flat. She looks really lean, particularly in her upper body. I think you're seeing a lot of detail. You know, her bicep is totally outlined. Really nice upper body. I think her arms are beautiful. She's got some good size to the hamstrings. I think conditioning wise, the upper body is amazing, but maybe a few more lines coming through on the lower body would be nice. If that groove on the hip, a little bit more of the outline of the quad. But still, she's got a great oblique. She's got nice posing. I think you're seeing that gorgeous shape, good curve to the top of the glute, and just overall, she looks really quite lovely. And of course, the suit color is perfect. Okay, next in third place is Miley. She looks beautiful, great smile, lovely hair. I think you know what? The first thing I saw was her calf. I think she's got great calves, nice detail coming through in the back leg, that good little bit of quad sweep. She's got some good size in her legs as well. Very nice roundness here in this mid part of her glute, and I think she's got a good curve as well. She could have more size, but I think the shape is really quite beautiful of her glute. Very sharp oblique, a nice amount of size in her lats. The shoulders to me could be a little bit more opened up. You know, if you could just get this shoulder to be a bit more out here, just a little bit more, just to twist a little bit so that we see a bit more of that curve. But I think overall she looks really fabulous. Love the red suit, love the red lip, and yeah, perfect, a great third place for her. Next in second place is Wendy, and oh my gosh, she is so tall and very muscular, especially in those legs. Check out the size of her glutes, the hamstrings, amazing. Great detail also coming through in the back leg by the kneecap, this groove and the line all the way down. Stunning. She looks amazing. Really nice midsection, very flat, and a great curve. I think she's got particularly good lats. I do think, though, that she needs more roundness to the outside of the delts to really match the bottom. I think the top is not quite as full and round as we're seeing in the lower body. But overall, she's very striking, beautiful suit. She's got more of a darkness with the dark hair, the dark makeup, the dark color of the blue. It looks really nice on her, and I think she's doing a great job. The posing is good too, because I like that you can really see that detail coming on the back leg. So stunning, beautiful, amazing second place. And now in first place is Jerry. So good. She's got amazing obliques, really nice curves in her hamstring, and a nice shape to her glute. So she's not the largest on stage. She's not the most conditioned, but she's just got this really lovely overall shape. Beautiful proportions, nice balance in the lower body to the upper body, nice curves to the shoulders, curve in the lat, small waist, and nice size in the glutes. I think she stands out a lot in the back shot as well in the lineup, but she's just overall has this really pleasant, beautiful overall physique. She's got the nice suit, the beautiful hair, and just gorgeous. Okay, so I kind of mashed everybody up side by side so you could see. I definitely noticed the quad sweep on Jerry and this back leg. Of course, I noticed the conditioning on Wendy and that amazing detail here. Marissa, her midsection stands out to me. And Sheila, I'm loving this hamstring. Now, when I look at the back... so here's where I think Jerry looks really good. I think her tie-ins look very nice. They've got a good amount of sharpness to this inside. Her glutes have a nice proportion to the smallness of her waist and then that width in her delts. You definitely notice her hourglass, and she's got beautiful curves in her legs. Wendy has amazing size, really nice roundness and fullness, and a great upper body as well. So I definitely notice her hourglass figure very clearly. I almost wonder if she has too much fabric to the top of her suit here. When I look at the other girls, I think that the cut of the suit really does make a difference in how the top of the glutes look. But everybody has really good tie-ins. Sheila, I'm noticing the hamstrings quite a bit. She's got some really good definition coming through in this back pose. I think Marissa could have had a little bit more sharpness in the detail coming through in the back of her legs. And then Mile, beautiful size in the glutes, but maybe just a bit more roundness and definition in the delts. But overall, what an amazing Masters Bikini lineup we had at this whole show. And of course, that concludes this recap, but there are more shows coming up. So stay tuned for those recaps. I'll be back with those as soon as I can. Give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm at turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com and of course on Instagram at turquoisetoffee.